Happy Friday! Here we are again, end of the week, launching into the beginning of the weekend. Looks nice out there, a little overcast. I have all of my flowers in now. That always makes me happy. It looks very nice out there and they look happy too. As we're moving into the weekend, join me as I take you through some movements to possibly counteract, potentially, and I'm not assuming that everyone is this way, but through the week, especially if it's a work week and you're at your desk, or even if you're a person that just has a lot of hobbies that requires, this kind of movement. We're looking at something in our lap or a computer screen or a telephone, telephone. Nobody even says that anymore. Phone, iPhone, Android, something in your hand. The front body tends to round. If you're in a seated position for much of your day, the legs, the hip flexors, the ones that draw the knee towards the chest, get shortened, stiff, and then the knee is flexed, so hamstrings, calf muscles, everything just gets tight. Let's stretch all that out today. Let's use the breath to help with that and physical movements as well. So we're going to try to open up the front body. And before I even go back to the mat, just try that. Just open up, roll those shoulders up, back and down. Nice big breath in. We're going to draw the prana into the body on the inhale, washing all the stuff, the residue from the week out with the out breath, with the exhale. Join me in a seated position on your mat. A couple of blocks would be nice. A couple of blocks are always nice. I like props just in case I need a little assistance. I'll see you on the mat. This is Sukhasana, easy seated pose. Not so easy for some of us. So modify, personalize your yoga practice. Make these poses fit your body instead of the other way around. Don't jam yourself into something that isn't for you for whatever reason. As you sit up nice and tall, draw the chin back. And let me turn on the side camera. I tend to forget that. I don't like to start with it, but maybe I should so I don't forget. I'm going to turn on the side camera. I don't have my glasses on. So let's see if I get the right cameras. That's it, not quite the presentation I wanted, but that'll do. From the side, I want you to watch my chin. So I'm going to bring my chin back and up. And we're going to repeat that several times. So kind of soften, let the chin come forward, and then back and up. And maybe slide the hands back a little bit so you're nice and open through the front of the chest. Let the chin come forward, and then draw it back and up. And then exhale, a little softening, and then back and up. On the inhale, let's do 5 more. Just little chin tucks. 4 more, inhale, bringing that chin back and up. I'm reaching up through the crown of my head. 3 more. Feel that length in the spine, but perhaps as you're pulling your neck into alignment, well, this is really how we should be. Maybe you feel like, oh my goodness, this feels like it's a little stressful on the muscles back there. It's because they're not used to doing that, so we have to recondition them 2 more. There's an interesting exercise that you can take at the wall. And I'll just describe it. I probably could go to the wall back there, but as you stand against the wall, open up the shoulders, tuck the chin back and up so you can bring the back of your head to the wall. And you'll feel alignment. And if you're like me, because I'm all about alignment and I teach this stuff all the time, it will surprise you that you're really probably not. You could use a little work with that. So just get a sense of that, maybe at the wall sometime. Let's inhale, reach up. Reach, reach, reach. Stretch those fingers, wiggle around here, and then exhale the arms down to the side. Inhale, reach. So it's easy to focus on that upward reach, but focus on the sit bones. We're reaching downward at the same time. And exhale down. So remember, Anahata Asana is the heart chakra. That's right in the middle of all of the 7 chakras. So imagine from the heart up, your body's reaching and lifting, and from the heart down, you're sinking and grounding. Inhale, reach. Breathe in that prana. Exhale, come back down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, blow out the residue of the week. 1 more. Breathe in the prana. And then exhale, let it go. Now bring the hands in front of you. And I want you to clench your fist and maybe even round here a little bit. Pucker up like you just ate a lemon. And then open, lean forward, spread those arms, open the mouth. And then come back. Oh, on the exhale, we're going to round everything forward. Inhale, open. Take it all in. Let's do 3 more. Pucker up. Everything's rounded, drawn towards the center, and then inhale, open everything. Even the mouth. Last one. Inhale, open. Stretch the jaw, stretch the eyes, maybe look up, and then exhale, the hands home to the heart. Inhale up. Exhale, right hand down, left arm over. Keep that left sit bone reaching down. Again, heart is the center. Everything from the heart up is reaching and lifting, and everything below the heart is grounding. Get that balance. And then up and over to the other side. Move the head and neck here if it feels good. And then back up. I want you to take the left hand to your right knee. Let's take a twist here. And then keep that hand there. We're going to take the right hand down, come up and over in that lateral flexion again. And then back and down. Now flip the left palm. We're going to do big shoulder circles. Really focusing on the back half of that circle. Opening up through the front chest. through the pectoralis muscles, right back here. Up and over. Let's do 3 more. 1. Reach, reach, reach. 2. And last one, reach. And down and right back up to neutral. Let's switch. If you're in the seat, switch the cross of your legs. Remember, you can always be in a chair. If in a seated position you're just not finding a place of comfort, bring a chair next to your mat. You can be up and down out of that chair. Sometimes you need it, sometimes you don't. It's kind of like your blocks. It's nice to have close by. Let's take the left hand down to the mat, right hand over to the knee. We need that twist. So let's take the twist and breathe. Exaggerate that breath here in the belly. And now we're going to take left hand over here to the mat, doing lateral flexion and extension, so side bend. Big circle, swoop forward, back, up, and down. Let's do 4 more. Reach. And around. And down. And I think I lost my microphone. Here it is, way down here. Look away. There it is. Keep going, I'll join you. I had to stop and think what I was doing. I'm going to do 1 more. Maybe you've already reached your 5. And back to center. Let's wiggle those hands around. Fingers, wrists. And extend the arms long. Reach through the heel of the hand. And bring your shoulders to neutral. So not too far forward, not too far back. Pause here. Now feel the shoulder blades as all you're going to do is push the arms forward. Reach through the heel of the hand. Wrap the shoulder blades towards your armpits. Now plug the arms back in. You can see at the side camera, I'm not moving the spine. I'm simply moving the arms in and out of the shoulder socket, bringing a lot of movement to my shoulder blades, protracting and retracting, loosening up all of those rotator cuff muscles. Shoulder blade push-ups. We may do this in table too, so get familiar with this feeling. And then come to stillness. Flip the palms. Take the fingers of the right hand with your left, pull them down, wrist down, and then bring the arm to the lap. So hand comes down to the lap. Push your shoulders down. Tip left ear to left shoulder. Now if you can anchor your fingertips on your leg like I am, really work to push the shoulder down, then reach up and over with the left hand and kind of cradle the ear. You can move here. It's always fun to discover some muscles that are kind of just laying there without complaining, but when you bring a stretch to them, they say, ah. And then come back up. Let's reach out with the arms again. Let's flip them. Push, plug back in. Spread those fingers wide. So now we're externally rotating the arms. And then come to stillness. So we're already in a good position to take the left fingers and pause here. Feel this stretch, but notice that left shoulder wants to come up. Push it down and come down here. Maybe you anchor those fingertips on your calf. Push that shoulder down. Right hand comes up and over, cradles the ear, and then move here a little bit. What can you find in that neck and shoulder that appreciates a really nice stretch, a little bit of a tension? And then release. Bring the hands to heart. Let's do a couple circles of joy. So inhale. Exhale, round the spine. Look at the side camera. Reach, 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 reach. And then swoop up. On your inhale, nice little back bend. Exhale, slowly coming back down. 2 more. Exhale, let your breath help you with this. Inhale up. And exhale the hands home to the heart. Let's do 1 more. Let's make it count. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift. And exhale the arms down to the sides. Roll the shoulders a little bit here. And before we come to table, I want you to swing your arms out and up and bring your arms behind you. Lace your fingers. My elbows are bent. Be careful that you're not rounding to get here. Sit up nice and tall. Open the shoulders, even if you have to keep your elbows bent. Draw your elbows towards each other like wings. You'll feel a nice opening already through the front of the chest. Draw that chin back and up. Push your knuckles down towards the mat. And see if you can pull them away from your sacrum, any amount. Nice stretch in the upper chest. Breathe into that sensation and recommit to that chin tuck. Breathe. Breathe in that prana and blow out all the stuff from the week. Let it go. Inhale. Exhale. And remember, you might get a little tingling in the hands and the arms, forearms, wrists. That's okay. It'll go away when we release. That just means you need a nice stretch up here in the pectoralis muscles. And then let go. Shake those arms out if you need to. And meet me in table. Roll over the knees or swing your legs out to the side. Knees under shoulder, knees under shoulders. Yeah, that would be nice. Knees under shoulders, knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. Now remember those shoulder blade push-ups that we did. I'm going to push into the floor, and then I am going to sink down a bit into my shoulder socket, but I'm really controlled here. And push away. So shoulder blade push-ups. And let the weight of the torso kind of drop the torso down into the shoulder socket. Feel your shoulder blades. As you push away, they spread apart. As you sink down, bring them towards the spine, as close as you can get them to the spine. Let's do 3 more. One more for me. And now find neutral. And let's do hips, circles. Those poor hips through the week if we're seated a lot. Get stiff and sticky. Let's wake them up again. Lubricate the hip socket. And then come to stillness. I want you to reach back with the right leg. Press the ball of the foot into the floor. Make sure you're stable in the shoulders, so press down. Now press back through your heel. Oh, that calf muscle feels so good to stretch. Let's work the core a little bit here. Remembering the core will help support our good posture. Lift your left knee, your left shin, your left foot hardly off the mat, just a tiny, tiny bit. Feel that place between your hip crests in the front. Contract. That's your transverse abdominis muscle, it's the deepest muscle in the core. Nice stabilizing muscle. And then release. Second side. Reach back with the left. Commit to those shoulders. Push back through the heels. Stretch the calf muscles. Keep that stretch, but hover right knee, right shin, right foot. Feel the core contract, and then keep that. Breathe into your chest, your rib cage. And then back down. Now keep the knees hip distance apart. We're going to sit back in a nice child's pose, but one that we're really stretching the side body. So the hips anchor down to the heels, and then maybe you crawl the fingers forward a little bit. I am not going to drop my chin because it distorts the sound of my mic, but go ahead and drop your chin, bring your forehead to the mat. And if that's just not in your body today, you can stack the fists under the forehead, a block under the forehead. You can even keep the hips upright and come into a happy puppy. If you're in this extended child's pose with me, think about lengthening, hips back, fingertips forward, breathe into the ribs. Inhale and exhale. Now walk the hands to the right. We're still anchoring back there, especially with that left hip, pushing it back and down. If you push the hands away from you without letting them move, you can really sink into this. The left hand can stack on top of right or even beyond. Let that heart sink down. You can rest your face in your upper arms. Let it go. Breathe into the stretch. And now walk your hands to the left, same thing. Once you get over here, push away with the hands. You're going to send your hips back and down. And then consider lifting the right hand, placing it on the left or maybe beyond. Push down, let the heart sink, let the face rest in the upper arms, and breathe. Unwind and press back into table. Let's extend the left leg, right leg. Let's go with the right leg first, out to the side. Come up onto the fingertips, working the muscles in the hand that will support the wrist when we bear weight. Now come up onto that left knee. You're going to come into a gate variation. Reach to the pinky toe edge of that right foot. Squeeze the muscles to the thigh bone. Take the right palm hand up. Reach up and over. Stretch. Remember the heart chakra. Everything above that is reaching up, that pranic energy, and everything below is aponic energy, grounding, sinking into the earth. We're reaching in both directions, really stretching the side body. Let's do one more. Hold this one. Reach up for your wrist. Pull. Stretch. Now hold a beach ball. Breathe. And inhale up. Exhale, we're going to bring the left hand down to either the floor or a block can be a good thing here. And bring the hand away from the body a bit, so off the mat. So when you lean over here, the shoulder is over the wrist. Reach up with the right arm, maybe over with the right arm. Reach to the pinky toe edge of the right foot and up and out with the right fingers, like there's little lights extending from the tips of your finger, a little light show on the wall. Breathe into the ribs. And then maybe you want to lift the right leg. Maybe you want to bend the knee and reach back for the ankle. Keep that knee lifted open through the chest, both sides. See if you can lighten the load on the left wrist, even just a little. Keep that right knee lifted. And then come out of this just like we came into it. And all the way up. Keep that foot there and bring the hands down. Reach back for the right knee, pull it forward. If you have blocks, this can be a good place for them. I'm going to use blocks as extensions of my hands. Now there's 3 heights to the blocks you can adjust, or you can bring your fingertips to the mat. I'm going to come to the heel of my right foot. If you can extend it out there by lifting it, do that. Otherwise, help it out. Stick the heel to the mat and then pull. And already you're going to feel a nice stretch in the back of the leg. Draw the toes to the knee, and that deepens it. Now maybe you start to walk back. You can use your blocks or your hands. Come back any amount, and maybe you can even sit back on that left heel. And once you get here or wherever you're stopping, maybe you want to fold forward a little bit. Really intense stretch. So intense stretch is Just that is not pain. You should feel this stretch all along the length of the muscles that are stretching. It should never be isolated to a joint, and it should never feel like, it hurts. Just a hurts so good kind of hurt. Now come back up. We're going to stretch through the hip flexors on the left. So these are the muscles that bring the knee up towards the chest. When we sit, they get really tight. Let's shift forward and down. Keep the hands on the knee. Feel into this area. And once you get here, pull this right foot back and drag the left knee forward. Engage the muscles as you're stretching them, and maybe you can sink deeper, but keep that engagement. Eccentric contraction. Once you get here, it might feel good to reach up and take a nice back bend. It may even feel nice to reach back there and lace your fingers. Really open through the front chest as you stretch through the hip flexors. Then come back to a kneeling lunge. Back to table. Let's do some circles through the hips. Go the other way. And take the second side. So set your table. Spread the fingers. Push down. Reach out with the left foot. Roll to the pinky toe edge. Fingertips, that eagle talon. Walk until you can rise up on the right knee. Pause here, check everything out. You're reaching to pinky toe edge, you're squeezing the muscles of the thigh to the bone. Reaching down through the right knee and up through the crown of the head. Left hand, palm up. Right hand up and over. Exhaling as you fold. Inhale, soften. And let's do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Hold here. Reach up for your wrist. Ground down through the right knee and then pull from that place. Hold your beach ball. Check out the left leg again. Breathe. Now inhale up and over. Remember, a block can be nice under the right hand. We're going to take that right hand a little further out from the shoulder. So when we lean over this way, then the shoulder arrives over the wrist. Reach up with the left arm. Maybe lean back a little with the left arm. And maybe this is a nice place to stay. Or swing that arm up by your ear. Reach both directions. Reaching to the pinky toe edge of my left foot. We're doing that light show on the wall with our fingertips now. Maybe you lift your left leg. And bend at the knee, reach back for the ankle, and then open through the shoulder. Draw that left shoulder blade towards the spine. Lift your left knee and push it away. Now push the foot into the hand and resist with the hand. Breathe. Let's back out just like we went in, with grace. And then rise up. And down. Reach out there for your left knee, bring it forward. We're going to do that hamstring stretch here. So either lift the foot and bring it out to the heel, or you can lift it with your hand or lift it with just the muscles of your leg. Use the blocks or not. Once you get the heel down, draw it towards you. Now the right knee will want to try to pull forward, so let that happen. And then draw the toes of the left foot towards the knee. And already you're going to get a nice stretch. And then I think I'll use blocks on this side. This leg feels a little tighter. And that's often the case. For whatever reason, one side's different than the other. We're not symmetrical. And then take this as deep as you like. Working to stretch the entire back side of the leg. Keep drawing the heel back, the knee forward. And then come up. Come back to your kneeling lunge. Hands to the knee. And then we're going to come forward and down. Now we're stretching through the hip flexors in the right leg. Now draw the left foot back and the right knee forward. Keep that and maybe sink a little lower. And maybe swing your arms up and behind you. Lace the fingers, come to that chest opener. Breathe. And release. Frame the foot. Step back in table. Open the knees wide. Keep the big toes together. Let's find a nice wide child's pose. And again, I'm not going to bring my forehead down to the mat. You can do that though. And rest. Feel this open up the hips. Breathe into the hips. As you inhale, draw that space into the hips. And as you exhale, sink back into that space. Inhale deeply. And exhale, maybe you sink back a little more. Pause here for about 3 more breaths. And find your way back to table. Tuck your toes. Let's meet in down dog, but let's wiggle when we get there. Up and back and move. Good place to stretch the back of the legs. Get longer in the side body. Bend your knees a lot. Push your belly back onto your thighs. Spread the fingertips wide and then grip the mat with the tips of the fingers. Shake your head, yes. Big, long shake. And then shake your head, no. And then let the crown of the head hang. Breathe. Now maybe as you inhale, you reach up with the sit bones and towards the mat with the heels. Reach in all directions. Now look forward between the hands. We're going to tiptoe up the tightrope, right up the center of the mat, nice and slow, until we arrive at the top. Plant your feet under your hips. And again, lay that belly on the thighs, but I'm kind of lifting halfway up to extend through the spine, folding at the hips. Belly comes down first, then the low ribs. Knees are bent a lot. Let the arms hang. Now while we're down here, lift one foot at a time. You're going to tuck the hand. So the palm side of the hand is touching the sole of the foot. And second side. You can kind of wiggle the toes here, massage the palm of the hand, the wrist. Breathe. Again, the crown of the head is just hanging. As you breathe in, you'll feel this nice stretch in the back, all along the spine. Now release the hands. Let's come halfway up. Lengthen through the spine and pause here a moment. So think long spine. How long can you make your spine? And you can reach in both directions. Reach through the crown of the head. Push the shoulders down towards the hips. Reach back through the hips and turn the thighs inward. Feel all that space you just made. Now bend the knees a lot. Now just hang again. But roll up one vertebrae at a time. Decompress the spine. And as you arrive, let the arms go back and up. Hands come together at the heart. And again, reaching up. Inhale that prana, exhale. Let it all go. One more. Swing the arms out and up again. Bring the hands behind you. Lace the fingers. Elbows are bent. Open through the front chest. Shoulder blades really close to the spine. Reach back a little more with the elbows. Now push the knuckles downward and away from your sacrum. Hold this for a moment. Keep a little bend in the knees. Breathe. Breathe into this nice stretch. And then with the knees bent a bit, let's fold forward. And reach even further with the fists if you can. Breathe into that stretch. Now release the hands to the mat. Step back with the right foot. We're coming into a twisted lunge. So reach way back there with the foot. I'm going to take my right hand off the mat. And you can use a block here. Or you can bring your hand to the mat. And it helps to kind of wiggle that leg back once you get here. Take the left hand to the left knee. Turn the heart to the left. And then swing that left arm up. Drop the shoulder out of the ear. Look up. Open the heart. Lift the heart. Breathe. As you unwind, bring the hands to the inside of the left foot. You can drop that back knee if you need to, or just start walking your way to lizard. I kind of walk my hands forward, and you can use blocks under the forearms, or bring forearms to the mat, or stay on the hands. If you need a little more space in that left hip, heel toe the left foot off to the left a little and externally rotate the toes. Breathe. I bring the hands to the blocks or to the mat. We're going to frame that foot again, so heel toe it in front of the hip. Step forward. Arrive on an inhale, long spine. Lengthen. Take time here. Exhale, fold. That's Ardha Uttanasana, halfway up from forward fold. Inhale up. It's one of those poses that's easy to just kind of blow through, but there's so much to be had in that pose. If we'll just slow down and experience it. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the hands behind you. Lace the fingers. Shoulders up, back and down. Push those knuckles down. A little bend in the knees. Now pull the fists away from the sacrum. And you stop anywhere along those cues. If you just need to keep the elbows bent, do that. Inhale deeply, and then exhale. Forward fold. Reach up with those hands. Frame the feet and step back with the left foot. Getting ready for that twisted lunge. Remember, it seems to help if you really reach back with the left foot. And then left hand's off the mat. Right hand to right knee, push down, maybe sink a little further down. And then swing right arm up. Lift the heart. Lift the gaze. Unwind. Getting ready for our lizard. So you can heel toe the right foot off to the right if you need to. If you don't, that's fine. You can walk the hands forward, and maybe you stay somewhere with the arms kind of straight. Or maybe you want to come to the forearms and find your lizard. Now drop that back knee and move the blocks. You're going to come to the belly and arrive in Sphinx. Elbows are under the armpits. And once you get here, lift into a bit of a back bend. But it's not our final destination. I want you to spread your fingers wide. Pull those fingers towards you. Feel that decompress the low back. Feel your heart come forward between the gate of the arms. And then push into the elbows. Let your gaze go down the tip of the nose. And push the feet, the tops of the feet, and all 10 toes into the mat. See if you can draw your pubic bone towards your low ribs. And then go through that checklist again. Pull the hands, push into the elbows, push into the tops of the feet, draw the pubic bone to the low ribs. So this can be a lot of work, huh? These back bends are very invigorating. Now pivot on your elbows and open those hands wide, left and right edges of your mat. Push into the hands now, straighten the arms. Bring the heart through the gate of the arms. Roll the outer thighs towards the mat. Draw the pubic bone towards the low ribs. Draw the navel towards the spine. Try to unclench the glutes a bit. You're going to have a little contraction back there, but don't overdo it. Think long spine. Think smooth back bend. And then exhale, come down low here towards the mat. Let's come to crocodile. Resting for a few breaths. And pressing back to table, let's come to a seated position. Dandasana, legs out long, hip distance apart. My knees will be bent a bit because I have tight hamstrings. Sit tall. Throw those arms up and then reach, fold forward at the hips. Let the hands find the feet or the shins. Keep the pelvis tilted forward here. It makes such a difference in this pose. So tilt the pelvis forward and fold from there. You're not rounding in the low back. Paschimottanasana, intense west stretch. Breathe. And inhale, rise up. Let's open the legs wide. Upavista Konasana. Adjust on the bottom if you need to. And I'm gonna roll, I'm keeping my feet flexed and then rolling on the heels so the toes point inward. And for some of us, this can be a tight position. So keeping the knees bent and maybe supported with blocks or a blanket, a towel can be helpful. So roll those toes in, sit tall. Keep the pelvis tilted forward. And maybe this is it. You can always bring some blocks under you too if this is, some people are really tight in this one. But if you're not, start to walk forward. And as I'm walking forward, I'm pulling my hands toward me to keep that pelvis tilted forward. And once I've gone as far as I can and the pelvis wants to round, stop. And then pivot on the heels, turn the toes up. That will intensify this inner thigh stretch. You can reach out for the toes, pull here, keeping the pelvis tilted forward. Let the heart melt down towards the floor. Breathe. Breathe into the ribs. And then bring your fingertips back to the mat. Help yourself back up. Let's bring the legs together. Give yourself a nice squeeze. And find your way to your back. We're going to do a quick bridge and then it's time for relaxation. So laying down on the back. Knees are bent. Feet are hip distance apart. Let's walk the heels close to your bottom. Reach those fingertips down towards the heels. Palms of the hands to the floor. Tuck the shoulders. And then press into the feet. Press into the hands. Lift the hips. And now start reaching with the knees away. Lift the back of your head. Tuck your chin. And then lay the head down. Make some space in the neck. And to bring a little more opening to the front chest, tuck the arms. Reach back there and clasp your fingers. Push down as you lift up. Breathe. Keep the thighs reaching towards each other. Press more into the ball of the toe side of the foot. And then on your exhale, let's come down slowly. Release the hands. So as you're coming down, start to flatten the back. Reach with your tailbone, and there's a place that you'll go from an anterior tilt to neutral and then a posterior tilt. Arrive with the sacrum flat. And then breathe. Find your way to your shape for Shavasana. We'll take a few breaths here in stillness. Inhaling prana. Inhaling that energy for our weekend, that joy, that love, peace. And as we exhale, all the residue from the week, let it go. Make space for that prana that we're breathing in, riding on the breath. And begin to deepen the breath. If you're in Supta Baddha Konasana like I am, help the thighs back up. Let's take a nice good morning stretch, reach long. And draw the knees into the chest. Curl up. And then roll up. And back to a seated position. I hope you feel rejuvenated, ready for your weekend. I'm so happy you joined me today. I'll be back on Monday, 7 a.m., and we'll get ready for the week then. In the meantime, enjoy life. Let's reach up. Grab what you need as you exhale. Draw it home to the heart. May you have peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, peaceful heart, and a peaceful world. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you.